If you see these 5 signs, get ready for a big miracle from God. Have you ever felt like you're standing at the edge of a breaking point, wondering if God even sees what you're going through? Maybe you've been praying for a breakthrough, but it feels like the heavens are silent. You're not alone. Many of us have been there, waiting, hoping, and sometimes even doubting if a miracle is still possible. But what if I told you that God often works in the quiet, in the unseen, and sometimes the very moments when we feel like giving up are the moments He's preparing something extraordinary? Let me share a story. Think about Hannah in the Bible. She was heartbroken, childless, and ridiculed by those around her. Yet, in her deepest pain, she poured out her soul to God. And what happened? God not only answered her prayer but gave her Samuel, who became one of the greatest prophets in Israel's history. Her story reminds us that sometimes the most profound miracles come after the most desperate prayers. So, how do you know if God is preparing a miracle in your life? Here are 5 signs to look for. First, you feel a deep sense of surrender. It's that moment when you've exhausted all your efforts, and you finally release your grip, trusting God to take control. Think of it like the story of Moses at the Red Sea. The Israelites were trapped, with Pharaoh's army behind them and the sea in front of them. It was only when they stopped trying to figure it out on their own and trusted God that He parted the waters. Surrender isn't giving up, it's giving it to God. Second, you notice small, unexpected blessings, what some call breadcrumbs from heaven. These are those little moments that remind you God is still at work, even when the big picture isn't clear yet. Maybe it's a kind word from a stranger, a financial provision that comes just in time, or a sense of comfort during a tough day. These breadcrumbs are God's way of saying, I'm here and I've got this. Third, you experience a shift in your perspective. Suddenly, you start seeing challenges not as roadblocks but as opportunities for God to show His power. It's like Joseph in the Bible. What his brothers meant for evil, God used for good. Your struggles might just be the setup for a greater story. Fourth, you feel a strange sense of peace in the midst of chaos. It's that peace that surpasses all understanding Paul talks about in Philippians 4 verse 7. This peace isn't logical. It's supernatural. It's the kind of calm that makes people wonder how you're still standing strong when everything around you is falling apart. And finally, you start hearing the same message of hope repeatedly, whether through scripture, a sermon, or a friend's encouragement. It's like God is whispering to you through different voices, reminding you that He's with you and that His promises are true. These are all signs that God is moving behind the scenes, preparing something incredible for you. Now, how can you prepare for the miracle God is preparing for you?